Hey guys, happy whatever the fuck day it is. No, I'm just I can't be dropping F bombs like that. You gotta give it like a minute. No, hey y'all, for real Tuesday. Whew, this is Saturn in Pisces. Okay, this is slow swimming, fast moving, light body, warp speed level shit. Look, raise your hand. Are you with me? Um, it's like you're moving really fast, but your body's moving slow. But time feels like it's kind of trippy. Is it just me? No, it can't just be um only me, you guys. But anyway, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well this Tuesday. You know what? Obligatory statement of me saying, I'm just going to make this a short video. um, no, but we have the full moon coming up in a couple days. And I swear, again, as with the trippy, it's not, what is time anyway? Time is not real. It's really just cycles of energy and is just measuring sticks so you can put yourself in the framework of aging. Anyway, look, that's a whole nother video. Point is, the way that energy feels and the way that we are, I hate to say upgrading, but I mean, it is an upgrade. The way that we're being recalibrated to experience energy, to experience our bodies. It's just so different right now, and it's constantly changing at a vibratory, energetic level that, I mean, dead ass, like, I don't know, I'll be like, I feel like just yesterday I said, Happy New Moon. It's the new moon and what was Taurus. And now it's literally like, it's a full moon already in a couple days. I catch myself looking at calendars. I mean, I am immersed in a lot of creation, and for that I'm eternally grateful, like, seriously. But yeah, I don't know. It is just like, do you feel this though, you guys? Is like, let me get I'm sorry, you guys. Let me get the pre-Raphaelite tarot. It's like, Knight of Pentacles is appropriate with the Taurus energy. It's like, the fuck was I gonna say, you guys? That's terrible. Spirit, bring it back. It's like the way that we perceive our days is different, or at least for myself anyway. And I do get it when you are in a immersed in your schedule of what I hate to call as work. It's definitely a soul purpose. It's definitely wonderfulness every single day. Yes, it is stressful sometimes, but in the best way possible. But also when you're doing the work and you are every day trying to embody the mindfulness of your own presence, in this dimension. I understand that time sometimes will naturally do this. It will kind of unravel for you because you get this beautiful experience of being immersed in the fullness of your days and the boundlessness, so to speak, of knowing yourself. So I do get that, but I'm saying literally the collective astrological tone of energy right now is very trippy. That was like, what, 5 minutes just to say time is really trippy, you guys. That's what it was. I just wanted to touch base with you. I am so very, very, very much filled with gratitude that I cannot express enough, that I have a very busy schedule of creating custom work. I've had some really lovely private events that beautiful creative friends invite me to share my creations, which include candles, oils, other ritual and intentional energetic tools. I'm really thankful for that. So I'm going to kind of be diving into a good bit of work over the next couple weeks. And what better way? Like, what better way? I've pretty well booked for June. Not fully booked, but pleasantly so, with one-on-one astrology chart work, with tarot readings. So it's lovely. We have full moon coming up, so I'll be working with my full moon monthly people to do their readings as well. Thank you so much if you're a part of that tribe. You know, here, this channel space, honestly, I just wanted to create a space where I checked in consistently around new moons, full moons, and maybe a little more as time provides, or if something crops up that I think is wonderful to share about astrology or about energy. It's just for whoever needs it. You know what I'm saying? Who may not be able to energetically or monetarily exchange for a tarot reading, who may want to do their own work, but they love to kind of check in. I appreciate anyone who's here in this space. I hope that is helpful. But yeah, it's, you know, what I really hopped in this space, today. I hope that I'll get time. I'll do my best to make time to do a full moon video. But I just don't want us to miss the crux. I say that and then I think about a cross, you know, and all these things. But oh my gosh, right now, you guys. And I'm always regressing. I'm like, I'm regressing because I like to be thorough, and I like to go back and pull on things we've already spoken about to kind of continue to build upon those foundations. But listen, for multiple years, we're going to keep going back and pointing to this rare hybrid eclipse energy that happened in our May, that we're not that far out from, honestly. In our Mays, our opening of our eclipse seasons in this year, right? We had our rare hybrid eclipse, which was in Aries. And of course, if you'll rewind back there, we were in that first newborn baby fire sign of our newly birthed zodiac wheel right after the spring equinox. So we had like Aries on Aries with a side of Aries, Aries for dessert, rare hybrid eclipse in Aries. So we had all this incoming like showers of light, you know, which it makes me think of the rune. Guys, what is it? Is it Hagalaz? What is the rune? I love the runes, but I'm terrible at remembering names. But Spirit is showing me that rune that represents hail. And when I thought of showers of life, I thought about how in the Nordic sense, hail was revered because you would be afraid. You know, everyone's like, oh no, it's going to hail, and you have to take cover. But the hail would come down, and then why am I now, Spirit is showing me like Rafiki hitting Simba on the head and being like, boop, you know, and you know, where he's pointing to the stars, right? And they're having lessons with each other about ancestors and how life teaches you. So I'm seeing it's like these hail coming down on our heads. When I said raining light showers, I'm trying to articulate what Spirit is showing me in my mind's eye, and I sound like a crazy person. But if you were hanging with this so far, much respect to you, because we're going to build up to why this is so important. Because now, post-eclipse, the Knight of Pentacles, actually, that came out of the pre-Raphaelite Tarot, is all about someone who is understanding how to sow their seeds in cycles. This is one of the nights that is actually not, I'm drunk on my horse, or I'm rushing and flaming, or I've got my sword and I ain't think about nothing. Some of the other nights, all right, at face value, are a little wily. But this Knight of Pentacles here, he is the one that is on the slow-moving, most regally dressed, most practically grounded horse. And he has a very large pentacle. So this really makes me think of the seeds. And when I thought about that rune, now it's going to drive me crazy. Isn't it Hagalaz? And maybe that'll be a message for someone, but I need to confirm it now. I'm pretty sure it's Hagalaz, that has to do with hail. Yes. radical change, has to do with opportunities. It can be like tower energy, which is very fascinating. Spirit is showing me this rune because the tower card right now in the tarot community, the collective energy, with a lot of my teachers, people I respect, and also people I read for, the tower has been present, which is interesting because if you remember a little while back, we were working with a lot of hangman energy. So now we have this energy of Hagalaz, the rune that literally means hail. Doesn't have to be a crisis, right? And elements of nature, Spirit is saying, sometimes we label them as very destructive or severe. They're actually not. They are bringers of radical change. And so the Nordic or whatever, archetype or whatever you want to associate with runes, right? However you work with runes. But we'll say Nordic people, right? They used to revere the hail because you understood that once you got past the, maybe you were praying for rain and you got hail, but you were thankful even though you knew you would incur a little bit of damage or a little bit of crisis. Maybe things would people might get hurt or a little bit of crop might be lost, but you understood that the hail would release water and it would actually nourish the soil. Sometimes was believed to contain like spirits of seeds that would then go down and nourish and actually bring blessing. So Spirit is also showing me hail. I just saw that Hagalaz rune as soon as I said, what was I talking about? Solar showers. So now we fast forward to present. We have our first, you really technically close the eclipse cycle when you enter the new moon, the new Luna cycle that comes after it. So we are in that cycle. We opened it up with our new moon in Taurus. And although we've shifted now into Gemini season, which is now, if you go on with me and envision this hail, this Hagalaz message of solar showers, see it like hail. Wait, that looks more like a fire shower, but not in a scary way, okay? Not like prehistoric dinosaur or Lemuria's crashing like rain of fire type thing, okay? It's like Spirit is laughing at me and my guides, they're laughing at me because I'm really trying to give you a picture of what they're showing me and they're just like, oh man, just killing it. They're going to think we're going to die in a raining fire shower. No, it's very positive. It's very beautiful, as if you're receiving nuggets of honey that have rained down from the sky and they are now coming into, we shifted from Taurus season into Gemini season. Gemini season is about the mind. We do still have so many Taurus placements though. So it's another reason I love to see a pentacle here, but I love to see the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles holds his disc in a very revered, very honored, very cherished type way. He knows what gift he's been given. He also understands though that unlike the Knight of Swords, unlike the Knight of Wands, we didn't even bring in the Knight of Cups. No offense, Knight of Cups. We're not even bringing him to the table, okay? He understands that gardens grow, communities grow, societies regrow. A human, insert whatever, a project, a creative vision, rebirth of yourself, right? All these things grow in cycles. The Knight of Pentacles also understands that he has to do the work. So I love to see the Knight of Pentacles here for us because we are still being influenced in the collective astrology by so much Taurus energy. We have Mercury and Taurus. We could go down and make a whole list. We still have so much Taurus energy influencing us, even though we have shifted into Gemini season. And I'm going to pause you guys for 1 second. Sorry, guys. Hey, guys, sorry. I had a delivery visitor, and one of my dogs was showing out. As he should do. He's doing his duties. I didn't want that to cause a distraction though. But Yes. So I love that we have received these seeds, and I've used this metaphor enough along with the tree and, receiving in the process of photosynthesis. And we've kind of talked about some of these metaphors with each other already. So I love now that Spirit has me thinking about Hagalaz and the hail, and how the hail used to be revered because it would rain down. It would cause a little bit of, it would cause maybe a little bit of crisis, but it caused maybe a little bit of discomfort, but it was an awakening, and it was awareness. So what do we have now? The Knight of Pentacles and the Two of Wands. It was an awakening and awareness of what was to come and how the soil would be nourished. And it kind of, it was a signal that said, hey, the energy is shifting. And it was just a lot of raw power. So if we envision the same type of shower, but again, like not fireballs, okay, let's think more of like nuggets of honey, morsels of delicious inheritance from our galactic ancestors being given to us through the rare hybrid eclipse, through a lot of solar flare activity, and a lot of different things we could discuss. So a lot of Taurus season helped us to embody, call all of our power and energy back to us, let go of a lot of things we had been contracting with so that we could make space to receive our seeds, to receive our inheritance, to receive our inspiration, to receive, this is going to apply for us all differently because we're on different parts of our path and different parts of our journey. Right? And then I love how we transition into the sun being in Gemini, of course, Gemini season, with still so many placements, a big hitter being Jupiter and Taurus, of course, which is going to expand what has been given to us so it can grow in the roots, in the soil, in the body. I love it. I love... I should have had a list ready, honestly, but the focus wasn't really on planets that are in Taurus right now. So I didn't really think of that. But I love that for us because now imagine just as the hail goes into the soil and then it begins to release, it melts, right? And then it goes into the soil, it becomes nourishment. It becomes a gestation. And the nourishment is feeding the gestation and teaching us patience, right? Knight of Pentacles. And the Two of Wands is definitely a big vision card. A vision in your mind's eye. A powerful, energetic vision. So I love that for us because now that we shift into Gemini season, we have this a light. This is the first air sign, mind you. We are on the new zodiac wheel, our zodiac year, right? This is the first air sign in the zodiac year. And so it's a thinking sign, it's a learning sign, it's an integrative sign. It has a thirst for knowledge and connection and sharing, and teaching and learning. So it's so perfect for the honey, for the juice, the melting imagine, okay, again, Spirit. So they're showing me, it's like, imagine someone cracking an egg, and you could go down your own rabbit hole and research the Orphic egg, okay, if you have any knowledge of certain teachings. But imagine an egg being cracked over your crown and it's just dripping down. So these are melting into us now, and Gemini is the mind, and it's the first entrance into that mental energy on the zodiac wheel. So, I love all of the... Whoa, 3 cards flipped over in my hand. Look, you got to watch out for pre-Raphaelite Tarot. Me and her have been rolling together for a long time. And when she gets to talking, she does like to talk. Reminds me of someone I know. But But yeah, the seeds are cracking open in our mind. Think neural pathways. Think new patterning, replacing old patterns, and renewal, a refiner's fire, transforming fire, right? The adorable fire, renewing the mind. So now we are in Gemini. I do still love for us, though, that Mercury is in Taurus and will be there for a little while, because I think it does kind of help us stay grounded while we digest the seeds that have been given us, right? So I love that for us. I really didn't even plan to. I was just going to show you what fell out of the deck was Three of Wands. Boom. Hello. The Tower, as we were just talking about in Hagalaz. So funny. Spirit said, oh, I hear you. And then we have the Hermit card. Also in the tarot community, the Hermit has been very present along with the Tower, because we need solitude, we need inner reflection, we need time to digest, sit with our own inner teacher. And again, think of the light seeds hailing down from the cosmos, right? Here we are with our Tower. And then we have our 2 and 3 of Wands, right? That from our being motivated about taking action towards the future and being pushed out of comfort zones. Also 3 of Wands, the 2 growing into the 3, is the universe meets you and says, hey, you ready to ride the wave with me? I see that you've been ambitious, but now I'm ready to throw you some opportunities to meet your ambition. Would you like to overcome the adversity you've been facing? I would love to meet you with what you seek. So I love all these cards, and they're super appropriate. They're echoing a lot of the collective energy. Again, please to note, the Tower and the Hermit really in the Tarot Collective and a lot of people's tarot readings, etc., these energies have been present. They have been out there. And so the Tower does not have to be, a lot of people see the Tower and they go, oh shit, you know, and it's not, it is a vibe of, hey, I would love to slip up under you and pull that rug out your feet. But I mean, honestly, do we have a rug anymore? Like with Saturn in Pisces and some of these Neptunian movements and all of these raining showers of upgrades of light. Where is the rug? Like, if you thought a rug was up under you, child, I would say if you feel like you need a rug, just, you know, please go out and do some earthing. That is of utmost important right now. To quote many people who love to say it, but it is so true. We are electromagnetic. We need our feet on the ground, our bare feet. We need sunlight. We need breath work. We need to be in connection with nature. All these energies work cohesively with us as we do our own work. So solitude and nature to help stabilize you as a lot of this influx of light. But do you understand, out from the out from the Tower as the flames explode, right? Where do they settle when they land? Back into your lamp. Because it is a renewing, it is a cleansing, it is a purification. I'm metaphorically talking about fire, you guys, right? Because we are referring to a lot of solar flare activity. We are referring to a rare hybrid eclipse. We are even going to have like this big grand fire trine that it's going to come up around the full moon in Sagittarius. I'll tell you more about that on the full moon video. But this really segues perfectly, all of these cards, you know, from the seeds that have been given in the Knight of Pentacles and the vision and the adversity, but then the opportunities manifesting, the fire from the Tower exploding, but then settling back down into your own sage, your own wise guide's lamp of internal light, right? The whole thing that inspired me to, you know, what is it? Meanwhile, almost 30 minutes in, hop on real quick, was to tell you, and it's especially, you know, we are in a, I will say, universe. We ain't trying to expand out to the multiverse in this video, okay? But in our universe, it is one of light, okay? So you may resonate as a particular identification of a starseed. You may have galactic level guides. You may work with, you know, obviously Atlanteans, Lemurians come to mind, obviously, direct extension from that. If you do your due diligence in studying, you may think of Egyptian archetypes. I know the Hathors and the Hathor light body guides and the mothers essentially have been coming through a lot of my own creations, a lot of my own oils and candles, and just resonance from the grid work that I do and the plants that I work with. So when we think about this energy, and speaking of light, you may immediately say, yes, I resonate as a starseed, light worker, a way shower. There are many different titles. They all got their own stigma. I don't really care about debating none of that. So love and light, don't waste my time. But, and maybe you're like, I don't even know about all that starseed stuff. I don't even know how I feel. I know I kind of vibe with some Egyptian stuff, but I don't really know how I feel about Atlanteans. And I would love to have coffee with you one day. What is that clip? Y'all was like, let me scooch in here and what is it? Talk to you about your extended warranty. That's me, coffee, trying to talk to you about Atlanteans and Egypt and starseeds. But we won't do that today. Listen, I don't want you to miss, if you take away nothing else, I would say meditation right now is the utmost importance. Meditation, for sure. Being in touch with your individual team of highest light and resonance of spirit guides, your ancestors, any way that you connect to the energy of the sun, of the stars, think... well, you know what? I can't tell you what to think and what guides to look for. If you resonate, you'll know, okay? But it's a massively palpable energetic time. We had the new moon come in and be in conjunction with the Pleiades. I talked about that in the new moon video. We also have... I think this gateway opened on like the 28th or the 29th and will extend to the 31st. We have the Aldebaran star. Some people call this the silver, I think it's like the silver gate portal. Some people reference this star with one of the fixed stars. I'm trying to look really quick at which star. I think some people refer to it. It's definitely in the Taurus constellation, but I think some people compare it to Regulus. But anyway, it's not important. So we have this huge bright star, which is definitely the brightest in Taurus constellation. We also have this portal open right now. Now, there used to be ritualistic practice, think back to Egyptian times. And again, insert different societies and cultures that you resonate with or have read about. But it was kind of celebrated as, I'm talking about, I hope I'm saying it right, Aldebaran. But this was like a portal where it was thought that souls traveled in and out of. I wish I could remember. I don't have any of my notes in front of me, honestly, but like souls traveled in and out of to enter into the earth school, and it was a very important time of the year that was celebrated. You could kind of connect to many different past life versions of yourself, kind of get harmony within your energy, not just in this body, but, your soul energy that is in different timelines, different dimensions, different, again, we're not going to get into the multiverse and all that stuff. But so this star is also prominent right now, this week. A lot of people definitely do like past life regression work. It's kind of a way to seek the wisdom, right, of your inner sage, your inner guide, your higher monadic self that is not only connected with this lifetime and this experience. Be careful when you do past life regression, but even on a more broader scale, it's just seeking your higher self and your higher team of like light body, again, galactic ancestors that span bigger than just this lifetime to give you wisdom, give you knowledge, help you learn from your karma, dharma, if you acknowledge that those exist for you, or just help you learn from the cycles of life that you've been through. So that is also going on in this lunar cycle. And then we're going to work our way up to, it's like June the 2nd, June the 3rd, the full moon in Sagittarius, which will also conjunct the great attractor. And I mean, how do we even begin to, the great attractor is kind of hard to talk about without completely nerding out and trying to explain like intergalactic space and gravitation and a bunch of superclusters. How could you, I mean, you can research the Shapley supercluster. That's a good start. It has to do with thousands and thousands and thousands of galaxies. How do we give you what the great attractor is in summary? It's like a huge grouping of mass that kind of influences the movement of gravity. I mean, you can't really say like it's a thing itself. It's more like a location in the universe. Okay, this is a good summary for it. It's the center of attraction for all matter in the universe. And so we're going to have this full moon in Sagittarius in conjunction with a great attractor. But do you see the Pleiades being involved? Do you see Aldebaran being involved? Do you see the great attractor being involved? What you don't want to miss in this lunar cycle, essentially, is that while you are very grounded and rooted and present and embodied with still so much influence of Taurian energy, even again, Jupiter, the great benefactor, is in Taurus. You have this amazing influence as well, and in a very specific alignments, following these rare hybrid eclipses from these galactic, from these bright star points, from these, the Pleiades, the body of the seven sisters. So it's not even hard to look and read a little bit and see that your galactic ancestors, your light body family, your higher monadic self that extends from the central sun, that extends from the Sirius star, right, is speaking into your soul star, into your crown chakra, which has been opened up to receive these seeds. So meditate and meet with your own guides. Meditate and sit with your own archetypes, with your own ancestors, to seek wisdom at this time. It's so huge. You do not want to miss it, because we are still slowly moving towards a midsummer point where we are also going to have massive things going on, and new waves of upgrades, downloads, and activations that we're going to be receiving. So it's a really exciting time. And I'm always like, I didn't expect this video to be this long, but here we are. I think sometimes people get discouraged because they're like, oh, wow, all these things. Oh my gosh, what am I supposed to have some grand ritual? And I can't even. No, you don't have to do any of that. You can actually just sit out in the sunshine or underneath the stars or by a river. It is not, it is the intention of, because do you know that your physical body, along with your spirit and your blood and your bones and your breath, is already a ritual? So you can literally just sit with yourself and call on your highest self and your highest team of guides and your ancestors to speak to you. What would they have you see? And what would they have you know? Obviously, if you can do anything communal, sound baths, if you can have access to communal or long distance like Reiki, or I know someone who reads tarot and also astrology. All the tools in your soul tribe and even in your community, you may surprise yourself, that are there for you. If you want help kind of cracking open and saying, well, what should I be focusing on? Or I think I have a nudge in a certain direction. Where should I go from here? Or maybe I just don't even know the fuck I'm going. I just know I need some healing. I just know I need to be cracked open. I know that I feel the niggle. I feel the spark. I feel it. I want to be cracked open. And there is a community out there that will support you in doing that. So I'm really, really excited about this lunicycle. I am very, very excited about the beautiful showers of light that are coming down into our fields right now. And I want you to be encouraged, and I want you to be uplifted. The most basic ritual, the simplest, most basic ritual that you can do is to sit and be with your own breath and work on loving yourself. You know, and boom, bam, if you can do that in nature, if you can walk outside and try to do that, you know, because the core of, Taurian energy, again, is ruled by Venus. And the core of being present in joy of Taurus and Venus is being sensual, loving yourself, understanding what you yourself are pleased by, what inspires you, what gives you joy, what makes you laugh, what wants to make you sing and dance. Those are all ritualistic practices that we can do to honor ourselves, which in turn honors the divine spirit in all of us. And that makes me think, oh, you guys, I got to grab the book now. I got to read it to you now. But really the whole point was just to come on and encourage you to be in meditation. And I know sometimes we're all at different development points, right? And I will tell you as a stern teacher to work on your meditation, damn it. It may be 2 minutes a day, it may be 10 minutes a day, and you will progress, and you can use guided meditations, and you have no excuse because YouTube's out there. But I'm going to digress because I know you didn't ask for that today. But there are other forms of meditation too, like losing yourself in creativity, like going outside in nature and getting sun on your body, like feeding yourself some delicious, healthy, communally, preferably you found it in your community and it's really great, sustainably sourced, you know, I digress, but feeding yourself some good food, allowing yourself to receive love, spending some time, and even, you know, walks in nature with earbuds can be very meditative. Binaural beats are wonderful. Sound baths, again, you can find beautiful places in your community, I bet, where you can get a sound bath. You might stumble upon a connection that makes you smile and reminds you that you're not alone. There are so many avenues to do this. So I encourage you. And a lot of the masters and the teachers and all these galactic energies and these light-leveled frequencies would say, begin with just loving yourself. If that's all you can do today, because your body is already a walking ritual, you can start there. But definitely, I will also speak to people who resonate as starseeds, who understand they have a galactic light body family, who have been guided by, you know, Egyptian energies, by Atlantean energies, by Lemurian energies. I mean, we all trace roots back there, but sometimes we haven't been awakened and specifically spoken to by a guide or a master or someone's ascended or whatever. There's all these different titles, right? So if you've experienced that and you directly identify with it, man, don't miss out in this lunicycle, okay? Don't miss out, because it is beautiful positivity. There's so many seeds. I can't say it enough. You're like, oh, I know the seeds have been planted. We received our inheritance. Don't be like that. Don't act like that. But you know, I'm going to tell you. But you got to do the work. That's what the Knight of Pentacles is showing us as well. Let me grab this book because now I have to read it. Now I have to read it to you guys. Hold on. It's in this old grimoire that I have. Oh, if I don't knock over an entire... Okay. This isn't a grimoire. It's not anything that I bet anyone has not come across and read. All right, guys. I'm going to read you this, and I'm going to love you and leave you and dive into my creativities and be happily a busy bee as usual. If I'm not being mercurial and traveling here and there, I am 9 times out of 10 creating, or I'm doing a reading with the cards. So I'm going to dive back into that. And then I'm going to chuckle and tell myself how in a couple weeks I'm going to take a break. And then we'll see where that goes. Y'all, years later. No, you know what? I went through a deep dark night of the soul that began in the end of 2020. It's totally in alignment with all the astrology. I could really talk to you another 40 minutes about it, but I'm not going to do that. Yeah, 2021 I was still creating, and it was kind of like my lifeblood of keeping me sane through a very hard year. Lots of up and downs, love, change, lots of towers, heartbreak, deep dark nights, drinking poisons to build the immune system, some would call it. Then 2022, I didn't create anything for almost 8 months, which is so totally bizarre to reflect back on. 9 months, maybe. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. A long time. I'm talking about nothing. I was working with my full moon monthly people because they're like my soul family, and we make commitments to each other that are a year long at a time. And they also supported me, and I love each of their souls so deeply. But yeah, so now I happily am a busy bee, and I'm thankful to pour energy into creativity with renewed fervor, So I make no apologies for that. It's just funny, and it made me think, because people are just like, oh, girl, are you going to take a break? And I'm like, oh, you guys have no idea. I took an almost 9-month-long break, and I didn't think I would ever be back. And so here I am. And so sometimes that's so far as a thing from my mind, and that's joyful to me. That's a fucking celebration. When you have nights that are so deep and dark and so sleepless that you don't even know if a community will be there when you return. So yeah, no apologies for being busy with what is my soul's purpose. So let me read you this by Charles Leland, Gerald Gardner, and Doreen Valiente. And I'm sure that you may know all of their names. And of course, this is a charge of the goddess, and I think it's so appropriate with the energy that we're in. Listen to the words of the Great Mother. She who of old was also called among the people Artemis, Astarte, Saradwin, Hecate, Demeter, Danu, Ishtar, and many other names. Whenever ye have need of anything, once in the month, and better it be when the moon is full, then shall ye assemble in some quiet place and adore the spirit of me, who am queen of all witcheries. And thou who thinkest to seek for me, know thy seeking and yearning shall avail thee not, unless thou knowest the mystery, that if which thou seekest thou findest not within thee, thou wilt never find without thee. For behold, I have been with thee from the beginning, and I am that which is attained at the end of desire. Yes. And I'm going to end it there, you guys, until we chit chat again, which will hopefully be at that beautiful full moon in Sagittarius this weekend, conjunct that amazing, profound, powerful, great attractor. Until then, you guys, I'm going to tell you to go outside. I'm going to tell you to meditate. I look forward to talking to you soon, okay?